All right, this morning we're working on the backhead, I think they'd call it, of the boiler. So as you can see, this is the outer edge. That's the welded edge. It's gonna be the welded edge where the Schedule 40 10 and a half, what is it, 10 and a half inch boiler tube comes. And they're going to make, it's going to be, the weld there is going to be a butt joint. No. What would that be called? A corner joint. It'll resemble a corner joint right there. That'll give me 100% penetration on both the end and the end of the end wall, or the end of the pipe. Okay, so what we're doing here is we got to remove that metal. That's a hole for that's a 6.5 inch hole for a piece of 6-inch Schedule 40. That's the firebox. As you know, this is the marine style boiler. Straight tube, use a 6-inch piece of Schedule 40, then goes into the flue tubes, and then there's 27 half-inch flue tubes that run to the other end of the boiler, of course, then the smoke box, and then up the stack. So that's what we're looking at. So I think how to remove all this. Chain drilling is a great option here, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to try this method. I'm going to probably butcher the word, but I think it's called trepanning. I'm not sure. I've heard it different ways, but I don't even know. All I know is it's like doing a cutoff tool, but on the face of the work. So I'm plunging in. And what I'm using here, let me see if I can back this up just a touch so you can see it. I started to work, I went and got the camera because I thought, okay, I'm going to get this. There's my bit. It's not a point. You see there's a flat on the end, but then there's, it's tapered away at probably about a 60-degree included taper. Almost like a threaded bit with a really blunt threading bit. And so far, this has worked great. I've used this before. That way what I can do is I can move around a little bit. So I go in there as far, and then it starts, when the whole bit starts to load up, then I can move, I'll come back out, move in just a touch, and I'll take off some of the, let's say the right side, and then I take a little off the left side. As you can see, I'm not up against that line. That's my end goal. Before I break through, I want to bring that line as close to the finished diameter as I can, because then when I go through, number one, I'm going to lose the disc. As you can see, I've welded, let me see if we can get it down in there and look. I welded on a piece of pipe on the back, and that's what's holding it. Now, of course, you know, the welds I should be good. They're about 1 inch long. There's 3 of them. But just safety, I go and I put the live center in here just to hold it. I probably won't break through 100%. What I'll probably do is get real close, and then I'll finish it with a grinder, get in there and just take it out. I don't want to have it break free. I don't know, I might let it break free. I let a piece of tubing break free, and it was no problem. The speed's slow enough, it's not going to be disastrous, and of course, where's it going to go? It's going to fall back onto the jaws, as you can see. It's going to, because they're about the same. It's going to fall back onto those jaws, so it's not going to be a problem. Okay, let's go ahead and fire up here, and I'll let you hear it a little bit. It's a bit noisy, but it should be okay. Power on. Oh, this is we're back at the Hendy. We don't come out here too often. Let me just show you where. There it is, right there. You can see that. There's the leveling. And once in a while, I like to point it out. No, there we go. There's what I was looking for. 14 by 42. Someone asked me about that once. She's a mess, but she works great. So, okay, we'll engage the drive, and there you see. There we go. So I like to go in here, and what I'm doing is I put a little bit of oil on the inside here, and then it works its way out, and then it hits the bit. And there you can see the smoke. So yeah, so there it is. I'm going to go ahead and concentrate 100% on this, but I just wanted you to see that. And as you can see, I'm taking the material out of there. I mean, it's having no trouble at all. It's doing a great job, actually. So I'm going to have to oil up. Okay, I'll catch you on the next video. Okay, this is the finished piece. I left a little bit extra in there. Right here you can see. Just, I'm going to grind that out, but I want to make it fit on the pipe. So I'd rather take a little bit more metal out with the grinder to get the fit that I want. And of course you can't put that back in the lathe not easily. With a forge jaw, I guess you could. And take a little bit more off, but I'm not going to bother. I think I'm going to be good. And like I said, this is, what is this stuff? 3/8. Oh, here's the other piece. This is the next fun piece right here, okay? Can you see the, let me go ahead and clean that off. There's where all the flue tubes are going. Every one of those little prick marks is going to be a flue tube. 27 of them. Ooh, don't look at that weld. Yeah, those are nasty. I don't know what the deal is with that. Yeah, that's not near as good as what I've been getting. I use flux core now, and I finally have it dialed in. Yeah, that's garbage. I might have to re-tack those. Well, actually, the only force on this is going to be, what I'm thinking about doing is getting a slugger. And go ahead and drill in all these with like a pilot hole. And then using a slugger of 11/16 to go ahead and slug out these holes. That way I can move it on the mill, use the slugger in the mill, move it underneath, and then attach it to the mill. You know, tighten it down to the bed right in line with the pilot hole, lock it down, and then power feed the slugger through it. I think that might be my best bet. So that's next. Oh, yeah, here's something I did real quick when I was out there. This is, I'm working on that. That's the top of the steam dome. I go ahead and turn tapers on it for welding. The way that's going to work is here's the steam dome. So my plan is to go ahead, I don't know if you can see down in there. I'm going to tack weld that in there. Then that's going to be welded completely around the inside there. Of course, then it'll be held on, and then it'll look like, you know, like that, down depressed inside. And then I'll finish weld around that edge. And that way the beef of the weld is going to be back here. And then there'll be a finish weld out here. And we should be good. That's a little bit thick on that, but that lands a little bit thick. But I think we'll be okay. And that's also 3/8. Then this will get two holes for the, what are they called? Pop-off valves, you know, pressure release. Will be on the top here, and then maybe the whistle valve, depending on how I decide to go forward with that. That's what one of the plans mentions doing that, but I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. So there that is. Okay, I'll throw this together in a video and post it. Thanks for watching. Bye.